All right. Thank you so much, and welcome to Wetlanta, I guess. It's one of the things that we anxiously await in the Home Depot is spring. And unfortunately, we're continuing to wait. So looking forward to really better weather as we go. All of you staying in the hotel that didn't have to leave the biosphere here, you're in better shape than some of us who had to commute in. Anyway, just want to spend a little bit of time talking about interconnected retail at the Home Depot and just what that means to us and what you might think about when you think about retailing these days and just what it means in terms of an online and an in-store experience. Most people know who the Home Depot is, so I won't go through too much of that. Over 2,000 stores, all in North America, United States, Mexico, Canada is where we operate. So we have 2,000 stores there, about 35,000 SKUs in those stores, so we have a broad assortment of home improvement goods. Maybe more importantly than that, we wanted to share with you kind of the strategy of the Home Depot and just how we think about the Home Depot and what our company is to us. And this really is what we call the power of Home Depot. It really starts with our strategic vision. You know, borrowing from Jim Collins, we stole his three-legged stool. And we really ask ourselves three key questions at the Home Depot in forming our strategy. First, what are we passionate about? We're passionate about serving customers. We like taking care of customers in the aisle. That's what we get up every morning to do. We now have extended that to taking care of customers online as well, but we're passionate about customer service. The second key question that we ask ourselves is, what can we be best in the world at? What are we ideally positioned to be best at? And there we think of ourselves as best in the world at product authority for home improvement. What does that mean? That means a broad assortment of home improvement goods. That means great innovation, bringing new products to market in the home improvement space, and bringing that to customers with great value, low cost, and ubiquitous availability. Thirdly, the key question we ask ourselves, and this is the one key question that has a different answer today than it did some years ago. The third question is, what drives our economic engine? How does the Home Depot make money? Back in the day, from 1978 onward into the aughts, what drove the Home Depot's economic engine was building new stores, continuing to roll out stores across the landscape, getting those stores up and running, and building a customer base there. Well, here we are in 2014, and there's not really that many places to put new stores in the United States at this point. We plan to open probably less than a handful of stores in the United States. We'll open a few stores in Mexico, maybe a couple in Canada, but new store growth isn't really what drives our economic engine. What drives our economic engine today is what we call disciplined capital allocation and efficiency. And what that means is productivity. When we're taking care of customers, when we're bringing product authority to home improvement, how do we do that with low investment, low cost, and continue that economic cycle going forward by continuing to build productivity through a continuous loop? That's really changed, right? Building new stores to discipline capital allocation and efficiency, that really made supply chain a much more important part of the Home Depot's history over the past several years. We've spent a lot of time working on our core supply chain. And now, as we look forward, a key thing that we're working on is our interconnected supply chain. How do we link customers with the store? How do we link customers online? And what are all the linkages in between? And of course, delivery is a key part of interconnected retail. So you can see we've taken the seat of the stool now, and we call that interconnected retail, really pulling together the other three key strategic variables for the Home Depot. So driving shareholder return, we think this is really what is the framework that we work from as we go forward to build competitive advantage in the marketplace. You know, e-commerce is a term that's been in broad use out there, but as a store-based retailer really grasping interconnected retail, our thought is we really want to drop the E from e-commerce. There's no longer commerce online and commerce in the store, because these things are linked inextricably. You know, you see the tagline on the bottom, 50% of online customers start online and go to a store. So really putting those two things together is important, and understanding that is important going forward. About 30% of our sales online are fulfilled in the store. Pick up in store or ship to the store. The customer comes to the store to collect the goods in 30% of the cases when they order online. So a very clear view of interconnected retail there, and that's continuing to grow as we move forward. So let's talk about a customer here. This is Janet. Janet lives in Minneapolis, and she, through the magic of technology, we can track Janet's purchases both in the physical world and in the digital world. So Janet bought a home recently, and she's been in the house about 12 months. She came to Home Depot to help fit that out. The first thing she did was she went to online and bought a vanity, right? Did some store transactions as well at the same time. She has a contractor who's come in to install the vanity. She bought a tub, assisted in the store, buy online, shipping in the store. She bought online for pickup in the store a faucet. She interacted with a call center as part of the process. She did research online and bought in store some things for her garden. She went to the app, the store in the pocket as we call it, and began a process online there on the app, and ended up with an in-store and in-home transaction, getting a water heater installed. So you can see there, Janet, has really interacted with us across the range of digital and physical. So, one of the things that's great about store-based retailing is you can do this. And if you can link these experiences and understand how interconnected they are, we can really form a bond with our customer and continue to drive a great customer experience. So we really look at traffic and conversion here. This is where e-commerce really goes away and it becomes just commerce. The way we think about our stores and our online presence, if you take our online presence, it's really there to improve our store traffic and conversion. And if we think about our stores improve our online traffic and conversion. So these things are symbiotic, they work together in synergy, and we really look to them as a single interconnected unit. We don't really measure online sales only and store sales only. We really want to look at this as an interconnected retail play where it's really benefiting the whole. So how does this come down to delivery and fulfillment? We currently do millions and millions of deliveries at the Home Depot. All kinds of delivery takes place. Right now, it's fairly fragmented. We've got direct fulfillment centers. These are distribution centers with SKUs that we deliver direct to the customer. We ship either parcel or LTL out of these direct fulfillment centers. We have our stores, about 35,000 SKUs in our stores. And then we have our vendors, where we do drop ship direct from vendor to customer. And a big part of that is appliances, where we have our appliances delivered to a local agent, and then they go out and install. So those are the origins for delivery. The transportation networks, as I mentioned, we have parcel freight, we have LTL freight, we have home delivery, where it's a white glove experience in the store, in the home, for products that require that. We have appliance delivery, two-man teams going out and delivering to customer, installing the dishwasher, installing the refrigerator, hooking up the washer, those sorts of things. So millions and millions of deliveries, but all different types of deliveries. Our stores, we have those flatbed trucks with the little Moffett truck on the back, the forklift, those roll around. We do over 1 million deliveries per year out of our stores, delivering to job sites, things like building materials, pallets of concrete blocks, those sorts of things. But we also deliver from box trucks out of stores. And we also have these little hotshot trucks like you see here, this Pro Delivery truck on the slide. So a very fragmented view of delivery, right? We've got appliance deliveries handled separately from parcel. We've got the store deliveries handled separately. One of the key things that we're working on at Home Depot is how do we really integrate this as an overall customer experience? Because delivery is getting to be much more important. Customers want to be able to have product delivered wherever, whenever, however they want it. In some cases with great service, extensive service at the point of delivery, like in an appliance delivery. And in some cases, hey, leave it on the doorstep, it's a parcel and that's no problem there. So really building a view of the overall delivery network is one of the key things that we're working on, and really thinking about how do we integrate this. One of the things that is really changing in our world, your world, our world, is delivery isn't something that you solve with a truck and a driver anymore, right? Delivery is really an end-to-end customer experience, and it starts with the customer beginning to engage, and it ends with the customer making the next transaction, really. How do you create that end-to-end customer experience? Far more than drivers and trucks, although that is a critically important part of the process. So as we look forward, we really look to create a flexible portfolio of customer fulfillment options. And we've got numerous different kinds of delivery to take place, but we want to have a consistent customer experience across all types. We're continuing to build out our direct fulfillment centers. We're continuing to work with our stores to continue to improve delivery there and expand delivery offerings there, and then our vendors. What this requires is a global view of inventory. We can't have separate little pools of inventory that we consider for different types of delivery. We have to think about, when we get an order, what's the optimal place to fulfill that from? Is it one place or is it multiple places? And then we have to have a global view of our transportation assets. How do we drop that order and assign the right transportation asset to do that most efficiently and meet all of the customer requirements there? So an integrated network is really what we're working to build. This is the vision for our future in delivery. The first component of that is continuing to build out our direct fulfillment centers. Our company is making a major investment in direct fulfillment centers. We've opened one of 3 new direct fulfillment centers that we're putting up across the U.S. This first facility opened here in Locust Grove, Georgia. We have another one that will be opening in the latter part of 2014 in Paris, California. And then we have a third new direct fulfillment center that will open in Troy, Ohio. These centers have capability to hold about 100,000 SKUs. Remember, I said our stores have about 35,000 SKUs, so a much broader assortment than our stores. They're sized a little bit differently based on the area of the country that they serve. 1.1 million in Georgia, about 1 million in Paris, California, and 1.6 million in Troy, Ohio. The point of these centers is really to be able to get an order today and ship it out today. We can't do that today with all of our centers and our systems, so this is a major investment for our company. About $130 million for the 3 centers in terms of mechanization, leasehold improvements, and the systems that drive these facilities that will augment our existing direct fulfillment network. So just getting started here in Georgia, and we'll continue to build, as I said, opening in later this year and then in 2015 for the other center. So the point of these facilities is really to speed delivery to customers. Today, our delivery times are pretty variable, somewhat inconsistent from the direct fulfillment centers that we have today. It takes 2 to 7 days, depending on where you are and where the product is. We don't stock every product in every DC. So it varies based on where the product is and where the customer is. Our future network, our view there is for the right SKUs, we want to be able to provide 2-day delivery on the ground to our customers. So if we can get an order today, get that order prepped tonight, tender it tonight to the carrier, we'll be less than 3 days away. We'll be 2 days away from 90% of our orders on the ground. Ground transportation is the right answer for most of our delivery. If a customer has a need for faster delivery, we do have our stores. You can buy online, pick up in store, or as I mentioned, we're enabling further in-store or out-of-store delivery going forward. This is a good time probably to talk a little bit about same-day delivery. I could drone on about that forever. Yeah, some of you got it. So same-day delivery and the Home Depot. You know, same-day delivery, when you ask customers what speed of delivery do you prefer, same day or next day, everyone says same day. If you ask a customer, what do you prefer, next day or 2-day, everybody says next day. Then you present to the customers, what do you prefer, free delivery or delivery that costs a little bit? Delivery that costs a little bit or delivery that costs a lot? Here's the thing, when customers make their choices typically at the Home Depot, and we do have faster delivery options, what our customers typically choose is free. When customers are given that choice between fast and free, for us, they typically choose free. And that's where we really see the sweet spot at about 2 days on the ground. That's a place where we can offer low-cost delivery on the ground and meet most customers' needs. And if there is a need faster than that, we'll have ways to fulfill that as well. You know, our online capabilities, I mentioned the SKUs that we hold in our DCs. The way we think about this, about 35,000 SKUs in our store, and then about 100,000 SKUs potentially in our direct fulfillment centers, but we sell about 500,000 SKUs online today. That other 400,000 SKUs, those are fulfilled direct from the vendor to the customer. That might take a little bit longer, but then those are the SKUs that are a little bit outside of the realm of the fastest need. So if you need one of those 35,000 SKUs, we've got that very close to the customer in our store. If you want one of those 100,000 items that's an extension of that, then we have that available in the 2-day network when we get our network built out. And then the other SKUs we can deliver directly from the vendor and meet the customer's needs for those. You know, if you look at this chart, you really see for that faucet, 375 store SKUs, we offer over 14,000 faucets online. Can you believe that? Patio furniture, 220 sets items in the stores, 2,300 online. And then ceiling fans, 220 in the store, 10,500 online. So this really allows you to bring that endless aisle to life for the customer and really meet the customer's needs on anything that they want. So what are we going to put in these direct fulfillment centers? We have really a few key areas that we look to stock. First, our fastest moving goods, the things that customers want that fit in a box and are fulfilled via parcels very easily, high volume SKUs, and our private brand SKUs where we can't get distribution elsewhere. We often put our private brand SKUs in there so that we can fulfill those things. So the core of our assortment, fastest moving, and our private brands going out from our direct fulfillment centers. Secondly, the extended assortment, as I mentioned, things that are, you know, a shade that might be a little bit different than what we sell in the store, a finish on a faucet that might be a little bit different than the ones in the store, and are relatively fast moving. We'll hold that in the DC so that we can offer a broader assortment to our customers. Strategic opportunities. You know, one of the things on strategic opportunities is we might want to offer a multitude of SKUs in our store that customers can come in and look at. But it would be very difficult for us to stock every one of those SKUs in every one of those stores in the job lot quantities that a customer wants to buy those products. So we look to the 3 direct fulfillment centers plus the existing ones as having the capability to do programs like flooring, programs like ceiling fans extension, you know, just a broad extension of those lines, plus ability to hold job lot quantities and an ability to meet customers' needs for very high volume orders of those SKUs. It takes a lot of tile typically to do an entire house. Very difficult for a store to hold that amount of tile for every color that we might want to sell, but it's a lot easier to have that in a direct fulfillment center and be able to deliver that direct to customer. And it's more convenient for the customer oftentimes not to lug a bunch of tile into their minivan. It's a lot easier to get that tile delivered directly to the home. And then finally, seasonal products. You know, we might sell a high-end Martha Stewart Christmas tree online that we wouldn't want to make the deployment of that inventory in the stores. High-end patio furniture. You know, we might hold a higher end of product in the central distribution location so that we can minimize our impact on inventory but still bring great product to our customers. So that's really the strategy that we have for stocking these DCs. Now, as I mentioned, Our stores hold a key part in fulfillment for us as well. The story that I tell, we sell 80-pound bags of concrete for $3.50 a piece. So how are we going to deliver that? Not through UPS. That's going to be a tough one to deliver in any long distance mode. But our stores, 2,000 stores across the US and Canada and Mexico, we've got the right products near our customers, and we can deliver a pallet of that product very quickly to a customer who needs it. So our stores are oftentimes the best place to deliver from. We're working on new buy online, deliver from store capability. Every one of our stores is in the delivery business today. They have a truck and they have the capability to do delivery. What we don't quite have yet is the ability to take an order online and drop that to the store and have it delivered from the store. We'll have that later in 2014. As we think about our interconnected capabilities, we've really looked to enable a number of customer-facing services as we go forward. First, we enabled buy online, return in store. You know, about 90% of our returns come to the store. It's a great advantage of being a store-based retailer. Even for product that are bought online, 90% go to the store. It's very convenient for the customer to stop by. They don't have to rebox the freight. They know they can get their credit right away on their credit card. So a very convenient return in store process. Second, we've enabled buy online, pickup in store. That's an order that you can place online. It drops to the store. We get that order ready, and it's waiting for the customer when they come in to collect it. We implemented that a couple of years ago, and that's working very well for us. We've also implemented buy online, ship to store. You know, a customer wants something outside the 35,000 SKUs we hold in the store. It might be coming from a direct fulfillment center, or it might be coming direct from a vendor. That product we ship to the customer at the store. This is one of the things that really surprised us. The popularity of buy online, ship to store has been huge. A lot of customers find it very, very convenient to pick product up at a Home Depot store and not have it delivered direct to their home, which was surprising to us. So ship to store has been a very popular offering and continues to grow for us as well. And as I said, we're enabling buy online, deliver from store in 2014, and that's capability that we'll be delivering forward. So just to wrap up, we continue to work on our interconnected retail offerings. Our customers want to be able to purchase where they want, when they want, and have it delivered how they want. All of our efforts are around creating a customer experience around that will give our customers the kinds of experiences that Janet had, where she can interact with Home Depot any way she wants to and meet all of her needs. Again, it's no longer a driver in a truck making up delivery. What makes up delivery is an entire customer experience, end to end. And really, all of us in logistics and supply chain need to understand that better. We can't just think about the logistics. It's really about a customer experience. How do I take an order, fulfill an order, get it delivered, and then complete the delivery? And then how do I stay in contact with my customer throughout that and ensure that the customer is happy end to end? So that's the gist of my prepared remarks. I have time to open up for questions, and I'd be happy to do that.
If you'd like to ask a question, just raise your hand. I'll come around with the mic. If you could please introduce yourself and just say what company you're from, it'll help the audience understand kind of the breakdown that we have here. So questions?
Hi, it's Ed Turner from WN Direct. We do international delivery. A question for you. Home Depot, do you see anything in the future for international delivery? We're talking to tool eTailers in the UK, sending tools all the way to the US. So you're obviously competing in that market. Do you see the opposite happening?
Yes, we do have some international delivery. We do deliver to customers oftentimes in the Caribbean. We have a lot of customers that come into our South Florida stores particularly and want to order product for delivery outside of the US. So we do try to fulfill those orders. What I would say is we've really prioritized around the US, Canada, and Mexico experiences. We do that to please our customers, but what we're really focused on is taking care of our core customers first. And as we have capabilities, we continue to add them for international. So not a big area of growth for us, we think, but an area that we play in. Our focus is really around North America.
Good morning.
Good
Dan
morning.
Black with D Black Logistics. Can you expand upon the 2014 deployment of the buy online and direct from store a little bit more in detail?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit surprising. Hey, Mark, you can buy online and pick up in store. You can buy online and ship to store. Why the heck is it taking you so long to get buy online, deliver from store going? And what I would tell you is the focus on the customer experience is really what is taking the time there. We're putting in place new IT systems that will allow our customers to do scheduled delivery out of the store. One of the things that's very important to our customers from the store is oftentimes time-definite delivery. So we're looking to enable a capability to have several, 3 or 4 different tiers of service. There'd be a basic next day or second day service that would be at a time of convenience for the trucking. And then there would also, at the other end of that spectrum, be an ability to have a customer schedule a delivery online into an open delivery slot. This is particularly important if you think about a pro customer who has a job site going and has 20 workers on the job site and they're waiting for the product to show up, or they're going to show up at 7 a.m. He doesn't want the product there overnight. It might get stolen. But he does want the product there when those workers show up. So time-definite delivery is a very important part of this, and that's one of the things that we're baking into the process. Our customers will be able to go online, select their products, pick a delivery time slot, and then we would work to hit that time slot. That takes, as you probably know, a fair amount of capacity management and some pretty sophisticated IT to manage the capacity and the routing of the vehicles so that those get to the customer on that time-definite basis.
I am Steven Schwartzberg with, as the sleeve shows, FedEx. Want to ask about the compensation for people in the store, because you have a lot of different operations going from DCs. People in the stores are taking packages, will be shipping packages. How does that work as far as the store metrics are considered? Because that's a significant challenge for the omnichannel retail.
It is a significant challenge. You know, when you think about stores, over time, what stores have typically done, they think of themselves as an island, sort of, right? It's whatever takes place in the store happens in the store. The store is completely accountable for the sales and the customer service in that store. Now, you drop orders into a store from, you know, cyberspace for a customer that never walked into the store, and the store is now involved in that transaction. So one of the things that we are working on with the buy online, deliver from store capability is just how will we measure our stores on that. One of the things that has helped in managing our stores is we give credit for online sales to the local store. So if a customer orders online and that's fulfilled out of a direct fulfillment center directly to the customer in a given zip code where that store is, that store actually enjoys the sales credit for that sale. That's been a huge difference maker in terms of getting store folks involved and have them thinking about the process the right way. But that is a big cultural shift in I think, any retailer, having the store folks think of themselves as part of a much bigger unit as opposed to really thinking about the store and the success metrics that are solely based in the store. So working to put those in place, I wouldn't say that we've got that figured out. What I would say is giving the store credit for the sale has been the number one thing you can do on that, and then making sure that there are service metrics that allow us to track, hey, how well is the store doing at fulfilling those orders? Are there orders that are hung up that we need to get released, and how do we get those going? So a very important part of deliver from store when you're buying online.
think we do have time for another 1 or 2 questions. Oh.
Morning. Frank Spano from New Age Products. Had a question about white glove delivery service. Are you seeing a lot of demand for that? With a lot of products that are bigger and bulkier, they require some help getting them into the home.
Yes, I mean, certainly the Home Depot, one of the things, when you think about the kinds of things that the Home Depot sells, in many, many cases, it is a big and bulky item. In some cases, it requires delivery and installation set up in the customer's home. We do see a fair amount of white glove delivery, and that is an important part of our offering going forward. Customers often want patio furniture assembled. You know, you think about a barbecue grill, if it comes in a box to the customer, that might not be a great customer experience if they expected that to be assembled. So we're working on ways to ensure that we meet the customer's needs at the point of delivery. White glove is an important area for us going forward. Just one over here.
Good morning. Kevin from Design Within Reach. My question is about fast versus free and how intensive your data analytics are in terms of determining fast versus free.
Well, we look at a lot of survey data and we talk to customers and we look at actual behavior on the site. ComScore, 4C are a couple of services we use to measure our customer experience along with just watching behavior of what customers do on the site.
Antonio Perini, Viamente. Mark, what is your strategy for pricing deliveries in case of time windows?
What is our strategy for pricing?
The deliveries in case of time windows.
We're figuring that out. Yeah, no, it's a great question. We're looking at our delivery fees. You know, definitely that time-definite delivery within a very tight time frame is going to be a premium charge compared to other delivery. Having said that, we might have a pro customer who does maybe even millions of dollars with the Home Depot in a year. We might offer them a service that we wouldn't offer a general customer that doesn't have that kind of experience with us. So it's a great question. We're working to figure it out, and it is one that you know, we'll have to study and play with and understand elasticity and just what customers want.
Any other questions? All right, thank you so much,
All right,
Mark.
thank you. Thanks so much.